Hey everybody, this is David Elton from Megadeth, and make sure you subscribe to Max One-on-One. Keep rocking. See ya. Bye.
And now we are listening to Jim Crean, the new song, which is called Passion. How you doing, Jim?
Good. Thanks for having me on.
Oh no, man! Thank you for the opportunity, and thank you for your patience, because I had some technical problems until I fixed them. Jim, you have so many things going on lately. You have a new album. You have a lot of gig, a lot of shows around with VIPs, with a great experience for the fans. Tell me a little bit about it.
Yeah, we've been just playing hard. I mean, I just came back from Seattle, and we did a show with the Appice Brothers. Great show. It's a lot of fun doing that. In support of our album Sinister.
Okay.
So we've been touring off of that for the past year, and that's been going great. It's a great record. I'm real proud of it.
Okay.
And I'm playing at the Whiskey A Go Go.
Yes.
In LA, Hollywood next week. So as a Jim Crean band headline type thing.
So how's your headline? Because you have so many guests, So you have like a fixed band that plays with you, or you're gonna be replacing or swapping musicians along the gigs.
We're gonna have a set band, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. We're gonna, go out there and tear it up, playing a lot of new songs off the new record, and some stuff off Insatiable. So we're gonna be doing all that, and it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Awesome. Talking about,
it's gonna be filmed. It's actually gonna be filmed for a DVD and a live album. So.
Oh, really? Oh, that's pretty awesome, man. I'm really happy to hear that. Let's go a little bit to Insatiable, because that's the previous album that I think it came out in 2016, right? And like again, you had a lot of friends there, I think from White Lion, so the Carmina piece, among others, huge names there. So tell me a little bit, how was the idea to record some cover songs? Some of them, they are very well known, like the LA Guns song, Over the Edge, or there's another one from White Lion. I don't remember the name now. I have it here in my papers, but tell me a little bit about that, and then we can talk about the new album, because to me those albums are the new album. I think is going to be super cool.
Yeah, I mean, that last Insatiable album was a great album. It was on Carmine Appice's label, Rocker Records.
Okay.
And, to do is back to that question you had with the covers. We did Over the Edge by LA Guns, because Phil Lewis from LA Guns, the real voice of LA Guns, he actually sang on that, background vocals with me. So, and he did a great job. And so we redid that song. And as far as the Freak of Nature song we did with me and Mike Tramp, we did a song, and then we did, which was really cool, we did the Caught in the Middle by Ronnie James Dio.
Okay.
That features Vinny Appice, the original drummer from Ronnie James Dio, the original bass player, Jimmy Bain, played on that. It turned out to be his last recording before his untimely passing. And and then it's got one of my favorite singers, Frank Domino from Angel.
Frank Domino, yes.
Him we did a duet style on that. So those songs were the covers we did, and it's a great record.
Yeah, it is. And let me tell you a couple of things. First, great song choices. I think, for example, I'm going to mention again Over the Edge as an example, because I think it's perfectly done, and your voice is, excellent, and also you can, it's like you wrote that song and you made it so personal, like it seems like it's coming, that you wrote it and it's your own production, you know what I'm saying? And that's one of the things that I noticed when I was listening to it. And the other thing is that the whole album, it's a mix for me, for me, in my experience, right? My, you know how art is, people can see it different or listen it in different ways. But to me, I see a mix of, it takes me back to the 90s, but to the good music of the 90s, and that really gives me like a good feeling about that record, and also, something like new at the same time. I have that feeling of the 90s, but also something new, which is, I'm 44 years old, and to me, that's a perfect album. That's what I'm looking for in an album I'm looking to buy some, a new CD or something. So, is that something that you agree? That experience? My experience.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Thank you for those compliments there. And but yeah, exactly. I mean, when I did the record, that record, it's still got an 80s, 90s kind of feel to it, and because that's one of my roots that I'm used to writing, those that way. But yeah, when we did the cover songs, I just didn't want to go out and just do covers to do covers. I wanted to kind of make them sound like, they're my own.
Yes.
So I'm glad you picked up on that, because that was the whole idea, to make them sound fresh. And I think we did that. I think we accomplished that on all those songs. So.
Yeah, for example, like it took me a little while to say, oh, wait a second, I heard this song before, but I had to think about it, because I thought it was your own song at the beginning. And sometimes what I do is I listen to the records without looking at the graphics, reading the lyrics. That's my second stage when I'm listening to a record. First of all, I want to listen to the music and feel the music, and I think that's what That's pretty awesome, man. So I'm very happy that we're talking about this finally. It's been a long time since I want to interview you.
Oh, I appreciate that. Yeah, I know. I apologize. It was my busy schedule, and I know we had one set up once before, and I apologize on that, because I was out on tour, and we couldn't get together. But I'm glad we're talking now. So
yeah,
it's great.
No, and also no big deal, because I know you were rehearsing, so and you were rehearsing so much, that day. And I was thinking, wow, this is going to be awesome for the fans, because somebody's taking his job seriously, right? So I remember, we were like, oh, I need one more hour, but that I thought, yeah, this is awesome, because this is quality that the fans are gonna get at the end of the day, right? So talking about that, how was the Seattle show this weekend?
It was great. Yeah, great. Great band, and great crowd response. We had a lot of fun. It's one of those things where I love playing in Seattle. It's a really beautiful country.
Yeah.
Beautiful city, I mean, and it's really good crowd response, and it was just a lot of fun, really.
Yeah. And how's the VIP experience? Talking about,
I'm sorry, the what?
The VIP. So because and let me tell you about this, because I have a friend, Ryan Barks, and he posted some pictures of you guys together, during the VIP, and he was posting, oh, I'm having a great time, and that was so cool, and he posted pictures of you, and he had, he could take pictures for the up very front, on the close to the stage, and I think that experience is awesome. So what do you do on a regular basis on the VIP? So can you tell me on your side how does it is?
Yeah, I mean, the VIP experience is great, because it gets the fans a chance to meet us. We come out, we do pictures with them. We spend some serious time with them. They bring all their memorabilia of the brothers' history, and even now with me being around a little bit, they bring out my they bring out my albums, and we're more than happy to sign them, and we tell stories about our past, and it's a lot of fun. And then they get that front row seating, like you said, and you get the pictures and the autographs and the memorabilia and all that fun stuff.
Excellent.
And they seem to really enjoy it.
Yeah, no, right now, we're seeing on, so not for the people listening on the radio, but for the people who are watching this on Facebook Live, we're seeing all the pictures from Ryan, and those are amazing. So he's like almost next to you guys, like singing with you up there on stage, and I think it's amazing. So he's posting all the memorabilia he got from you, and it's unbelievable great. You know, I think for the fans, this is unforgettable. So thank you for doing that. You know.
Yeah, no, it's great to get back to the fans. I mean, let's face it, without the fans, we wouldn't be able to do this. And it's neat that there's fans out there that want all that, you know. And it was funny because I was signing posters from even my past career. That a gentleman came up, one of the VIPs came up to me, and he had my stuff. It was kind of neat to see that.
That's right.
You know, because because it shows about the Peace Brothers for sure.
Yeah.
But it was neat to see that we actually had one of my albums and an old poster of ours, and I signed that. So it was neat. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, let's go back now to your own work. So I want to talk a little bit about the new album that is coming up in August that is called the London Fog. So I see a lot of guests in there. So I see one of my friends, Fox, what do you call it? Rick Fox. So he's he was very excited and he's looking forward to listen to this interview. So I interviewed him a couple of times. He's a very nice guy. But tell me about all the people that you have as a guest in this great album.
The new album. I'm really excited about the new album. It's going to be great. Have a lot of big guests on there. It's actually going to be released on Visionary Noise Records. In August, end of August, August 27th, I believe.
Okay.
But they're doing pre-sale next week for it, so we're going to get a strong pre-sale campaign going next week. And I have some great artists on there. Carmen, a piece, of course. He played on it. We did a song,
Passion?
an old Rod Stewart. Yeah, Passion, right.
Okay.
Oh, that's right. You have that. So we did Passion by Rod Stewart. We redid it, and we actually did a video for it as well.
Yeah, I have it here. We can watch Passion if you want. In a little while, I can put a few seconds of Passion if you want. We can do that later.
Yeah, for sure. We can do that. And, it'd be great. And we did... Tony Franklin's on there, on that song from the firm. And to start over, I've been working with this French guitar player, Steph Hahn. He's out of France.
Okay.
And he was in the Paul Dino band from Iron Maiden.
Oh wow!
So me and Steph basically did this whole album, and he's great. Me and Steph did, from scratch this whole record. So he and I really, this is our baby. This album is really dear to us because we really worked hard on this the past year.
Yes.
And then, of course, I wound up with a really great label with Steve Sussman and Micah Jackson from Visionary Noise Records. So, there's some other great players on there. Of course, Vinny Appice's on most of the record from Black Sabbath and Dio.
Yeah.
Me and Mike Tramp did another song together on this, which is really going to be a cool song. Mm-hmm. Me and Frank Domino did another song, from Angel. So he and I did it. We did another song.
He's a great singer. I saw him in one of these Kiss Expos last year in December. I was next to him. Like he really made the venue vibrate with his voice. Like unbelievable. Oh
man, he's great. I mean, and you know what? Just a class act, great guy too. And that even goes more. That goes further for me. There's a lot of great musicians, but if you're a great guy on top of that, then that changes. It's a game changer for me, and especially. In this late in the game here, we put the egos and everything aside and just be good to people. And Frank's one of those guys. He's a really, really cool guy, and I'm honored to call him one of my close friends.
Wow.
So Frank's on the record. Tony Franklin, Robbie Lochner from Jack Russell's Great White, and he also played with Rob Halford. He's on it, and he's just ripping it up. Robbie's just, I say it all the time, and Robbie laughs about it, but he's one of my favorite guitar players active right in this day and age. Robbie is just a phenomenon, and if Jack Russell's Great White's ever out there on tour, make sure he goes to see them because Robbie's great. Nice. I also got Rudy Sarzo from Quiet Riot, Nazi, Whitesnake, Black Sabbath, Dio, Guess Who. I got him. And let's talk about our buddy Rick Fox. You said he's your buddy there.
Yeah.
Rick Fox is on there from Wasp, Steelers, and Rick's great, man. Rick's one of those guys that kind of was hot on the Sunset Strip. I mean, he was sought after and really was making his way through the Sunset Strip.
Oh, yes.
And
he has so many
you know,
stories, you know. So it's endless. Every time I interview him, it's like a new story that we never heard in any other, you know, radio show comes out. You know, it's unbelievable. And he's a Bible himself, you know, if I can, or a book. You know what I'm saying? He's unbelievable.
yeah, Rick's been around a long time, and you know, listen, Rick's a great player and a great guy.
Yeah.
And my goal is to put him back on the map, you know, where he belongs.
I really appreciate
and
you
this
doing
album,
that.
and this album's going to do that because he played his ass off on these songs. He's on 2 songs on the record, and he played great. And he's going to really put him back to where he needs to be. You know, I'm going to see to it because you know, he's amongst a lot of big names now, and it's really going to be good for Ricky.
Awesome.
And so, like I said, and then we got Chris Holmes from Wasp on there. Ray Tabano, the original Aerosmith guitar player, Ray Tabano.
That's
which is real cool.
Yeah, very cool.
You know, and then I got Baron Kugers, phenomenal bass player out of Europe. He's a European guy, but he was in a band called Blind Guardian. They're huge. They're huge in Europe. I mean, they play like festivals for like 300,000 people.
Yeah,
so Baron's a...
Yeah, no, I had a question about Blind Guardian, but no, right now it's not the right time to ask for it. But yeah, that band I remember in the late 90s, early 2000s, that they were big.
That's right. Yes, they were huge, and Baron's he's a just amazing bass player, and he also played with Zakk Wylde too from Ozzy. Cool. But Baron's just he's a monster. So he's on there. I have my fiance Colleen Mastrocovo on there from my Hair Nation band, and does a great job on it. I got Robbie Robson from Hollywood Monsters. A.D. Zimmer, my bass player from my Hair Nation band. He also played with Lou Graham from Foreigner. Eric Labelli, he's a French drummer. He plays with Stu Ham and Adagio. They're really big in France.
Okay.
Chris Tristan from Jack Russell's Great White, House of Lords, and Slash. Wow. He plays on there. Chris Conyers, he played with Tango Down. Dave Contrello, he's a session player. Freddie Violano, played with Dee Snider from Widowmaker, Quiet Riot, American Mafia. My buddy Artie Dillon, who plays with me in A Piece, and he also played in Carmine A Piece Slam. Nice. Artie's an amazing guitar player. He also played in the
I saw him performing. It's amazing.
Oh, with me, yeah. He's just a monster. Carl Kennedy from the Rods and Manowar. Mm-hmm. One of the best guitar players, most underrated guitar players out there is Mitch Perry. He played with Talis. He played with MSG, Cher, Rita Ford, Edgar Winter. He's currently in the Suite.
Okay.
He's on there. He just ripped it out. Mitch Perry is unbelievable. When I say unbelievable, one of the best guitar players of all time. He's just great. And the whole thing's produced by Steve Major out of Toronto. Steve's produced pretty much all my records, and he's just a great producer. Really gets the best out of me. And so I'm really proud of this stuff. Yeah. And it's also gonna have a bonus covers album that we did. Okay. We're releasing it the same day, and that has a lot of the same guys. It's got Dave Petrello. It's got Art Caravella on there. Caravetta. It's got Eric Labelli, Steph Hahn, Robbie Robson on it. So that's the record. Songs that we have on there, and
I can wait.
I hope everybody ends up falling in love with it, and besides, like I do.
Yeah, besides your website jimcrean.net, where can you find this album?
It's going to be on my website, jimcrean.net. It's also going to be on visionarynoise.com.
.com. Yeah, we're seeing that on the screen now. Cool.
Yeah, okay, so it's going to be in that, and then Double Trouble .net, I believe it is. So it's going to be on all those platforms. But and then it's going to be out for digital stream and physical copies and all that cool stuff. And it's also going to come out on vinyl, which is really cool.
That's awesome.
So
I love to sign vinyl, so that's probably when I'm gonna go to buy to your website. I need that vinyl, and I need to sign it to get it signed from all of you guys.
of course, we'll do that. Yeah, that's the thing with the vinyl.
I'm so happy because this is a good business for you guys, because streaming was basically killing the business, the music business, and I think vinyl is kind of, giving that revenue to the artist, that you need this to make more records to live, so that's why I'm happy that the vinyl is back in in the market.
Yeah, me too. Vinyl is really cool, and I'm happy that people are interested in vinyl again, because vinyl always just seems to be like a real legitimate record to me. When it's a vinyl, it's on vinyl. That to me is legitimate. And so yeah, the vinyl is going to be great, and everybody that's that we've told that is coming out on vinyl is saying the same thing you said. I want a copy. I want a signed copy. Vinyl.
Nice.
So the label understood that, they heard that, and they said, okay, well then let's absolutely put it on a vinyl. So that's the plan. It's going on vinyl, and I couldn't be more happy about that, because I really feel that I think we'll do really well with the vinyl.
Yeah, I'm happy too, man. I'm happy too. So, Jim, I have a couple more questions, if you don't mind. The first one has to do with one song that I love, that is called Magic Touch, So, let me give you a little bit of a reference of why I love that song so much. Because it's a Kiss cover that sticks out from the rest of the covers. Like many bands have covers of Kiss, but yours is like unique, special. Again, I go back to the concept where you feel that song, you wrote it, you produced that song yourself, and it seems like it's yours. So can you tell me a little bit why you picked that song, why a little bit of that experience, because I'm very curious to know.
Okay, be a good question. Mitch LaFon, real famous journalist, really cool guy. He did benefit for cancer, and he got a lot of great bands together. A lot of my friends from like LA Guns and Warrant and all these bands, and he got all these artists to do a tribute to Kiss, a double studio tribute to Kiss. So we got all these musicians together, and he contacted me, and he said, would you like to be a part of this? And of course, and Magic Touch was always one of my favorite Kiss songs. I always thought it was very underrated and overlooked.
Nice.
So we redid that, and it went so well. All the fans were really digging it. It actually charted on a few sites. I forget where, Italy or something like that. And so then when we're making this record, when we released it in Japan, they always like to have a bonus track. So that's what basically happened. I had that track from that, and Mitchell, I think he only did like 1,000 or 2,000 pressings of the album, and then that was it. And so, so I decided to put it out on my record as a bonus track for the Japanese release, and then everybody liked it so much we put it on the American release too. So that's why it's there.
Great idea. I'm so happy because I talked to my friends, to my Kiss friends, and they all love it. They all Jim Crean, oh yeah, the guy from Magic Touch. So the Kiss tribe, they know you because of this song. So how cool is that?
Well, yeah, it's really cool, and I'm a Kiss, I like Kiss as well. So it's one of those situations where I believe that I think the fans would like it. So that's why we put it on the record. And I did get a lot of positive positive response from the Kiss fans. And let me tell you, the Kiss fans are the best fans in the world.
Awesome.
Hands down, the Kiss fans are the most loyal fans. I found that out through that whole Vinnie Vincent thing, that Kiss fans are just the best out there, man.
I want to talk a little bit about that situation. I'm okay if you feel that if you don't feel comfortable, we don't have to. But so what happened there? Because I was very excited about Vinnie Vincent coming back with a bunch of shows, and then suddenly nothing. Everything was canceled.
Um, you know, well, first of all, yeah, now I know your friend because I remember him coming up to me. He was part of the VIP experience, and he actually came up to me with the Vinnie Vincent poster, and
Yeah.
you know, and me and Carmine both signed it. So that, you know, and it was cool is because you know, Derek's handling those, so I had no problem with that. So that was really cool. But to answer your question, what happened with the Vinnie Vincent thing? You know, I've talked about this in so many interviews, and you know, it's like I'm sick of giving Vinny free press, but I'll do it.
No.
I'll tell you.
Then we don't have to do it.
That's fine. I'll tell you real quick. In a nutshell, you know, it sounds like to me that Vinny has a lot of issues and a lot of things he's got to work through, and you know, the shows were all set. The Kiss fans are loyal, like I said, and ready to hear from him. And I thought we were going to give him a great platform for that. You know, he had a really good band lined up. Tony Franklin, and Carmine.
Yeah.
So that's a killer band he had right there, and we worked hard on starting to learn some of the old Kiss songs and Vinnie Vincent songs, and you know, actually he had me demo out 3 songs, so I did that for him, and Vinnie seemed to really like it, and told the promoter that this is a guy. I mean, out of a bunch of pretty well-known guys, he chose me to do this, and he decided that he didn't want to have a singer. You know, he wanted to just go out there and do it. I mean, just jam, go out there and just, you know, kind of mess around and just solo, and that didn't sound like a great idea to Carmine and Tony, and then he just decided to kind of not do anything, and you know, that wasn't a good look for the fans because the fans are loyal to this guy and they really want to hear him play.
Yeah,
and my thoughts,
things happen for
my
one
thoughts
reason.
on the whole,
my
whole thoughts on the whole thing is that if we would have went out there, you know, me, Tony, and Carmine, as his backing band, because it's about Vinny. That band was about Vinny. What's his name, Vincent? About Vinnie Vincent. It's about him, and I knew that going into it. That listen, this is about Vinny, and I just want to make him put him back on the line. You know, help him put him back out in the limelight there. And so we were just going out there as a pure backup band for him, and we were going to do it. We were going to bring it for him. So I think this would have really helped him more than hurt him, and it turned out to be it really ended him really because he canceled a whole string of shows before I got involved. And Carmine and Tony were involved, and they were supposed to happen at Graceland. He canceled those. So then this was like the makeup shows, and then a week before, you know, we were in L.A. Me and Vinny and actually Tony was out there too. We were all at the NAMM show, and we played the NAMM show for the Heavy Metal Hall of Fame. And we got the phone call that Vinny's bowing out of this thing, and that was like 4 days before we were heading out to Nashville.
Yeah.
So it's like, how do you do that? You know, and I guess that's what he does. And me personally, I don't do business that way. You know, I'm there for my fans. You know, if my fans want me to play, I'm going to work hard and do that for them.
As a fan, as a Kiss fan, I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm so sorry that this happened to you. You know. But you know, maybe it was for the best of everybody because, you know, probably down the road you might have, you know, even worse problems, you know, than this, and you know, so probably was for the better. And also you are rocking, you know, every single show now. You have an album coming up, you know, I mean, you are full of projects, and I'm so happy for you, you know. And also, you know, I wanna get away a little bit from this subject and ask you a personal question. So, you know, I've been following your career since the early 90s, you know, and one thing that I like from you is your voice, the way, you know, you sing, and but actually the voice, you know. And how do you do to, because I even in an album or live, your voice is, you know, immaculate, you know, it's perfect to me, right? So considering all, you know, the you know, factors that, okay, we leave, you know, we get sick sometimes. How do you do to keep that voice? Do you do some special training, or how do you take care of your voice, which is your instrument, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't drink, you know, alcohol or anything like that. I don't smoke at all. Never did. Smoking is the last thing I've ever wanted to do or be around. So I try and lead a pretty clean life that way, you know. get a good amount of sleep, and just take care of my voice that way. And I think that's where the guys who survived that whole '80s thing, the guys who survived it, they survived it because they didn't do all that kind of stuff. The ones who didn't survive it, I'm not talking lived. I'm talking the ones who survived it and can still sing is what I meant by that.
Yeah. In terms of professionalism, in terms of the voice, or whatever instrument you play, right? Because awesome.
Yeah.
And Jim, thank you so much. Jim Crean, again, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for the opportunity. As you see, I'm a huge fan of music, of bands and musicians and all this stuff. And I really had a great time with you these 20-30 minutes that we spoke, and I really appreciate it. And we're gonna close this show with Paranoid. Do you want to say something to the fans?
Yeah, thank you for believing and supporting me over all the years. I mean, it's been, the fans have been great. I'm putting on my 7th solo album because of you guys. That's the only reason I still make records, because I have such a strong fan base in Latin America, and in the States here, and in Europe, and Japan. And so, that being said, I do this for you guys, and I appreciate you guys. I know the pre-sale for my new record goes on sale tomorrow.
Awesome.
I just got an email. As you and I were speaking, believe it or not, I just got an email.
So we have fresh news. Fresh news.
You're the first to know of it, actually. You got So it goes on sale tomorrow. It's going to be at visionarynoise.com and jimcrean.net. And, of course, like Facebook and all that stuff. You can find me on Facebook. Awesome. And that being said, the pre-sale goes on sale tomorrow, I believe at 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.
So everybody...